Today on Pro Church Daily, we're talking about the 3 elements that every YouTube thumbnail needs.
Well, hey there, and welcome to Pro Church Daily, the show where in 10 minutes or less, you're going to get a daily dose of tips and tactics to help your church share the message of Jesus while we try and navigate the biggest communication shift we've seen in the last 500 years. I'm your host, Shady Skills, joined as always by the boss man, Brady Shearer, and today we're talking about the 3 elements every YouTube thumbnail needs.
Your YouTube thumbnail contributes so much to a person determining if they're going to click and watch it or if they're going to scroll right by it. And we've found that there are really 3 elements that every YouTube thumbnail needs if you want people to actually click it. And we're going to show 2 examples right now on the screen. The first is one of the videos that we published called the Super Church Lobby Kiosk. The second video is a sermon from Stephen Furtick at Elevation Church. It's called Dysfunctional Comfort. And both of these thumbnails contain each of these 3 elements. And if you're listening, we're going to describe those right now. Element number 1 is a smiling human face. Why is this so important? Well, Georgia Institute of Technology in conjunction with Yahoo Labs did a study, and they looked at more than 1 million different posts on Instagram. Wow. And the study found that pictures posted on Instagram of human faces are 38% more likely to receive likes than photos with no faces, and 32% more likely to attract comments.
Wow.
And the reason for that is because humans are social species.
Yeah.
We want to interact with one another, and there is nothing on earth more attractive or alluring for our eyes than another person, another human, because that means, oh, that's my tribe. Yep. Those are my people. This is good. I mean, an apple is nice and all, but it's not as nice as another person's face.
Right.
And this is one of the first studies that has really looked at giant scale image media sharing sites like Instagram and YouTube and how smiling faces work and actually contribute to outcomes on these platforms. And we found this with our own thumbnails. The second we don't include a picture of me with a smiling face or a funny looking face, engagement drops a little.
Yeah, and it's been a relatively small sample size for us, but I was just going to say the same thing. You know, we've been doing daily thumbnails for like 170 days almost, and then periodic thumbnails before that for all of our other content. And not every thumbnail contextually can have your face in it. Sometimes we've had to, use computer screens or phone screens or whatever, and that's fine. But we have noticed, like notably, that engagement does drop significantly with those images that don't have your face in it. And so this is step 1. This is essential. A smiling human face. Often when we do thumbnails with you in it, it'll be like a very expressive human face, not always smiling. It's, making funny faces or just overly expressive faces. But that human contact, that face-to-face interaction, although it's through a screen, is what catches people's attention for sure.
Element number 2, bright colors. Yeah. Why bright colors? In the Elevation thumbnail, they use their bright orange color.
Yes, they do.
In the video that we did on the Pro Church Tools channel, we used our really bright and colorful yellow gradient from our Nucleus brand. Why are these bright colors so important? Well, bright colors are attention grabbing, and the reason that's important is because they stand out when lined up next to other video thumbnails. So if someone searches for the word church lobby and our video shows up, and we've done tests on this, our video with that bright purple color stands out so much more starkly compared to all the other videos that are just, kind of flat, not so bright, exciting looking thumbnails. And so if you're scrolling through, your eye's immediately going to be drawn to that bright purple. Think about the YouTube interface background. There are 2 different, themes that you can use. There's the dark black and there's the bright white. Either way, they're completely neutral colors, and so a big purple, a big orange stands out so much. And this is important because click-through rate is one of the engagement signals that YouTube really pays attention to. And so if your video on the first page of results gets a higher click-through rate than the other videos, and it does that because there's a smiling human face and a big bright color, that means that YouTube's going to say, hey, this video gets a much higher click-through rate than the others. People like this video more. Let's move it higher up in the rankings.
Yeah, and if our viewers on YouTube will notice this, that we'll put that big purple gradient on our Nucleus videos, but we actually don't put colors on our Pro Church Daily videos, and that's because we want those other videos to stand out, to stand apart from these ones, because we upload all of our separate content to one channel, to our Pro Church Tools channel on YouTube. And so when you're scrolling through all our videos, we're producing daily content. These Pro Church Dailies are going out every day. There's a bunch of those thumbnails, but those Nucleus Nucleus videos, you're gonna see, without even reading the text, reading the title, you're going to know when you see that purple, this video is about Nucleus. This video is specifically about, church websites or next steps or what have you. And that's an easy way for us to differentiate the two and to really set those apart.
And it's also important that we note that our Pro Church Daily episodes are for our existing channel subscribers. I don't care as much if these videos rank incredibly high in search. We then create additional videos that are purposely made to rank in search, and then we would follow this thumbnail formula. With our daily videos, it's like, well, these aren't meant for search, so we aren't going to be optimizing every single thing that we can.
Right.
And the final third element that a thumbnail needs in the 3-part formula is big, bold text. Again, if someone searches for the term church lobby, and then they see a thumbnail with the text, big, bold, super church lobby kiosk, what it allows them to do is immediately respond and say, oh yeah, that's for me, or no, that's not for me. And again, this is going to help with click-through rate, and it's also going to improve watch time, because if someone clicks on a video and they've already in their mind subconsciously said, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for, they're not going to land on your video and then bounce away within 3 seconds, which would be a negative signal to YouTube. They know what they're in for, they've clicked it, and then they're going to be more willing to watch longer because you've already kind of made a promise to them. They already know what they're in for.
Of course. And go ahead.
I was just going to pass it to you.
Oh,
so.
I was just going to say, sometimes, you're scrolling through an endless sea of videos, and especially if you're on mobile, you can start scrolling pretty quickly. And so that big, bold color with big, bold text on top of it is really going to stand out from the rest. It's going to be kind of like that pattern interrupt, that shock value. It's like, oh, this is different from the rest. And that could result in a click for you. What do you think about a bonus tip? Because I've got one.
Oh, you want to add some thoughts?
I mean, the title of the video is 3 tips. I've got a bonus tip. You cool with that?
I mean, you are the photographer.
So this bonus tip comes from an editing perspective of the photo or photography perspective. And this is something we've established here at Pro Church Tools. And this is my suggestion, is to create a preset in your editing software. So we're using Lightroom. You can create presets in Lightroom or Photoshop. Create a preset for your thumbnails so that you can have a consistent aesthetic across your thumbnail. So that when somebody is scrolling through search results, you've conditioned them to know that aesthetic. And when they see that those color tones, the crushed shadows like we do in our thumbnails, maybe it's like blown out highlights for you, or like really stark contrast. When they see that, they recognize you as you. Casey Neistat has kind of established his own kind of consistent aesthetic using his style of thumbnails. Peter McKinnon has a very strong consistent aesthetic, and we've kind of gone for that as well. And so to achieve that, I've created a preset on Lightroom. So every time I import our thumbnails, I'm automatically on import, that preset is getting added to those photos, and I make small adjustments here and there, to compensate for shadows or highlights or what have you. But my base for all of our thumbnails is that preset, and we work from there just to establish that consistent aesthetic and that brand identity, so that you condition people to know when they're scrolling through, like I said, an endless sea of search results. They see that photo, they know that it's you.
Featured resource we wanted to highlight on this episode of Pro Church Daily is The Ultimate Guide to Measuring Church Growth. This is an article that I wrote reevaluating why we do what we do and how to properly set our expectations to measure success within our churches. Because if we don't know what actually is success, then how do we know how to get there?
Yeah.
So that's linked in the show notes. Make sure to check it out. And that'll do it for this episode of Pro Church Daily. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Pro Church Daily. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you never miss another video.
Hey, and we need a good hit of dopamine. Will you like this video? I don't know how to come back from that.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of... Hey, thanks for watching this episode. Hey, thanks for watching...
Yep.